Greetings and welcome. This video will unveil the mystery about black mirrors. I'm sure you ever heard about black mirrors somewhere, somehow, some mystical power, some magical features of the black mirrors. And where these black mirrors come from, this video is about everything I know about them. And well, black mirrors start in the ancient Aztec culture. The ancient Aztec culture were using black mirrors, mirrors in particular of every kind, any kind. But they were using black mirrors in particular because they were attributing special powers to these black mirrors. One of the main features of a black mirror to work properly is that this black mirror, according to the Aztecs, had to be made of black obsidian. They say this obsidian, this crystal that is created by, volcanoes and all sorts of immense pressures and powers, etc. They say these crystals have a special feature. The special feature is that the reflection is able to reflect the truth according to the Aztecs. So they were using the black mirrors in several preparations. There were black mirrors that were used to show to your enemy. You will see in this image that I'm showing you, this is an Aztec showing to the enemy with a black mirror. This enemy of the Aztec will perceive in his own image, but he seeing himself as very old. This warrior looks very scared because this Aztec is showing him his reflection on this black mirror, and this black mirror is showing this warrior pretty aged, and this warrior looks very upset, very impressed, bothered, disturbed by this event. So one of these uses for the black mirrors were used like this, like to make your enemy to get scared by showing him his reflection, showing himself in the future. Other black mirrors were used for divination purposes. The black mirrors, according to the Aztecs, have certain limitations. You have to somehow be able to reflect what you want to see in the black mirror. If you want to see, for example, if you want to see the future in a black mirror, you cannot see the future of another country. You cannot see the future of another person. You can only see the future using this black mirror by watching at the reflection back. Whatever is the reflection, you were seeing the future. For example, these black mirrors were used in animals, they were used as decoration. I am showing you in this image how in this statue, this Aztec being is using the black mirror in his forehead as adornment. We have this other image where they put these black mirrors into animals. They were putting these black mirrors everywhere. They say before the Spanish were going to arrive to Mexico, they had this announcement in a black mirror when someone saw in there is this bird that were using this black mirror in a garden, and someone saw in his reflection the figure of something that appears to be a man with two heads. Of course, in Mexico at that moment, we didn't have any horses, so the reflection apparently was not very clear, but they were seeing what appears to be a human with two heads. In another story about the use of black mirrors, there is this story of Zacatepetl, where one of the Spanish conquerors, Hernan Cortes, arrived to Tenochtitlan, and they were planning to show him a black mirror to Hernan Cortes in order to scare him. They were thinking Hernan Cortes, when he sees his reflection in the future, he was going to get very scared and very upset and was going to run very quickly out of the Tenochtitlan. So they showed this mirror to Hernan Cortes, and when he saw his reflection, instead of being bothered, he got very impressed and very surprised and amazed, and ordered all the black mirrors to be given to him as a gift, as an offering. There is also this other story of a governor in Mexico. He was using this black mirror. They saw the city was going to get. They saw in this black mirror the reflection of people. The city was like completely empty. There was bodies in the street, a lot of blood, and they got very, very upset. Then, of course, very scared, very upset. Then the Spanish conquerors arrived, and they were, of course, trying to kill these Spanish conquerors because they were very upset about this reflection they saw in the Black Mirror. But the Black Mirror, this Spanish conqueror, he already knew about these black mirrors, and he already knew about all this stuff. So when the Mexicans tried to lure this Spanish conqueror into the palace and everything, to betray him, to give him a knife from the back or whatever, they were trying to betray this Spanish conqueror. The Spanish conqueror already knew, and of course, he killed the governors, he killed everyone. He took the black mirror, and of course, black mirrors were very amazed, very prized, very. It was like a treasure to have on those days. Those black mirrors were bring from America to Europe. There were not a lot of them arriving safely. So these black mirrors, one of them can be traced to John Deere, this black magician, uh, counselor of Elizabeth I. He was using this black mirror with another stone to do this type of divinations, and he was doing other type of scrying techniques using also black spheres and everything. The black mirror that was encountered in his things, this black mirror that was tested by the laboratory, this black mirror belonged to John. It was tested and traced back to the Aztecs. So this black mirror is an Aztec black mirror used by this black magician to give counsel to the Queen Elizabeth. But there is a mystery that not everyone talk about the black mirror, and is the way to use it as divination. It's also documented in Aztec codices. There is this Aztec codice, this Aztec writing that talks about the Aztec black mirror used in conjunction with another white stone. So when Hernan Cortes received these black mirrors as gift from the governors. These black mirrors were only had black by governors, by high priests. The story of the black mirrors is that God himself, the Tezcatlipoca, had one black mirror and used this black mirror to conquer the basically to conquer the earth. And then he gave these black mirrors to selected governors in order for them to conquer and to keep this reign into happening. And then they gave this black mirror to Hernan Cortes. And with this black mirror given to Hernan Cortes, there were the instructions on how to use it described on this codex. And the codex described that he first to have to see the reflection of the black mirror and also use a white stone that contains some sort of calendar. I assume it was this type of disc, this type of calendar the Aztec were using, the sun calendar in conjunction with the black mirror. So this white stone and this black stone were used together. You put the reflection there, and you put this alignment somehow, and then you will be able to not only see the reflection, but also understand and know somehow when in the future it's going to happen, perhaps by measuring the reflection. I don't know exactly how they work. The codex is not published completely. This codex is in the museum and is mentioned in this archaeology publication that happens every month. This is where they mention it. So it was mentioned that you had to use this white stone and this black stone in order to do this divination process. Which brings me back to the Urim and Thummim used by Joseph Smith. These two stones, one seer stone, the other seer stone, used in conjunction, two of them together linked somehow to do this scrying effect, do this reflection, do this revelation process. I am not sure what it happened, but these two stones together were used very similar as the Aztecs were describing. You put them together and you see somehow the revelation, the reflection of something that happened in the future or in the past, somehow being able to see the truth of some events that happened. So I assume these stones, Urim and Thummim, that Joseph Smith were using are similar to these ones mentioned. And also, if you watch these stones used by John for his divination processes and his counseling to the Queen Elizabeth I of England, it's also a white and black rock used together in conjunction. The white one, it contains some scripture, some type of, nor to be some sort of compass, and then this reflection stone. So this is all by now about the black mirrors. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoy. Thank you and good luck.